they can still take a listen. There we go. We're starting to record. Guys, tonight we're going to start to talk about a little bit about 2017 and a little bit behind belief and vision and trust and all that fun stuff. So you might be thinking, oh Lord, here she goes on another personal development tangent, right? But I've got some goodies for you guys because I had a one-on-one call last night, a one-on-one coaching call with Eric Worre. Does anybody know who Eric Worre is? Raise your hand if you know who Eric Worre is. Okay. Awesome. Eric Worre is, he's amazing. He's great for personal development. He is, he runs a lot of like the GoPro Mastery training in Las Vegas. He's the one that did that, the one I went to just back at the beginning of December. And so I had a one-on-one coach call with his team last night, and they opened my eyes to so much with perspective, right? So we all have these goals for 2017. And our goals are kind of like, I'd like to make a little bit of money with this business, or I'd like to maybe make diamond. And those are kind of goals that you kind of see in your future and you kind of think about them a little bit. You may not have written them down, or you may have, like I have my whiteboard here and I've got some goals written down there. But you haven't set your goals and your vision for this year big enough. And I know that because I didn't do it for myself either. So last night on this call, the first thing that they got me to do was they got me to talk about my goals. What are my goals for my business? And I have not dreamed big enough. And when you hear, for me personally, guys, I'm going to share for me personally, when I talk about dreaming big enough, I was limiting my beliefs in myself. Like I would sit there and I would say, oh, it'd be great if I could do this. But I wasn't setting that as a goal. And so literally she pulled some things out of me last night that I was like, oh my gosh, to retire Chris from his full-time job. When I came into this business, I had researched this business. Most of you know my story, but I had researched this business like crazy because I saw people bringing their husbands home from their full-time careers. And I thought, is that for everybody, or is that for, is that happening to kind of everyone? And so, when I started to research and do more and more research, it was happening every single week. People were leaving their jobs. People were retiring from their jobs. People were paying off their mortgages. And I was seeing this happen. If you go to YouTube, guys, search it. Go on to Google, search it. There's coaches out there everywhere who are who are doing this in this business. And it's not just the luck of the draw. They were actually doing this in their business. And so that's when I decided to commit. I was like, if they can do this, I can do this. And so when I was able to leave my full-time job, that was like huge for me to be able to come home and stay with Jax. But then last night when she pulled out of me that I actually wanted to bring Chris home and that he would love to come home, I was like, wow, I'm not dreaming big enough with this. And so we worked through what it would take for that to happen. And it really, really, really struck a chord with me around personal development and mindset and setting goals. So I want you guys to think about tonight, okay? Over the next couple of days, I want you guys to think about, I don't want you to think about 2017. I want you to think about 2018. This time in 2018, January 2018, what do you want to look back on 2017 and say, wow, I did it. Wow, I accomplished that. I can't believe I did that, right? So we have a tendency to be like, I would love to go diamond. I would love to make X amount of dollars. But in 2018, what are you going to look back on and say, I did it. I achieved my goal. What are you going to be celebrating this time next year? And this doesn't have to be specifically business related. I want you to think about in your family. Is it a priority to make more, to make your family time more present, have more one-on-one time with your family? I want you to think about your finances too. What goals are you going to be celebrating in 2018 for your finances? Do you have a credit card that you're trying to pay off? Are you trying to take your family on a vacation? That would be super amazing. And that's your goal for 2017. And in 2018, you can say that you did that because of this business. Are you looking to put your children in extracurricular activities? There's so many different things that you can be looking back on and celebrating, whether it's family, financial, or fitness. But those are the three categories I want you to set some goals in. and not just focus it just on your business, because we want to make sure we're celebrating things kind of wholeheartedly for you and your life, not just in one aspect, right? We want to celebrate everything about you. So that's what I want you guys to kind of focus on with goal setting over the next few days. I'm sure Angel will check in with her team. I'll check in with my team just to be sure that we've kind of got, each of us have goals written down and what we're going to be celebrating in 2018. That's how I want you to phrase it. What are you going to be celebrating in 2018 in January? Okay. And so one of the things that happens in this business is, I have notes, guys. Look at this. I was like, I didn't have slideshows, but I've got notes. So if you see me referencing, that's why I'm looking over. Okay. So let's get started here. Okay. So I'm going to go through a few things, kind of like the five core elements, I would say, with coaching and with mindset and keeping yourself going in this business. Okay. And so you hear all of these things. Some of these things aren't going to be new news to you. Some of these things you're going to be like, wow, you may have heard of it from Angel. You may have heard it from me, but sometimes hearing it from kind of a third party just puts it into perspective a little bit more for you. Right. And so, you hear Melanie Mitro, who is the top coach on Beachbody, talk about reading the slight edge and personal development and making Success Club 5. And that will create long-lasting success in your business. Now, put your hand up if you've read The Slight Edge. A few people? Okay. Amazing, amazing, amazing book. It was one of the first books I read. And it really, really, really helped me understand kind of, the idea behind making Success Club 5 every month and the compound effect that would happen with all that. And also, the slight edge, what it would take, just putting that little extra effort forward every single day and what that can compound into. So those three things are super crucial for your business, but we're going to dig a little bit deeper than that tonight, guys. Okay. So number one is you have to decide in your business right now that you're going to be successful. For 2017, you have to decide that you're going to be successful. I remember the moment that I decided that I was going to be successful in this business. I sat at the island. I never once posted on social media. I had odds stacked against me like crazy. And I sat there and I said to Chris, you know what? I've done the research in this business and I think I can make this work. And he looked at me and he just said, if you think you can do it, then go for it. I'm not going to hold you back. And so in that moment, I will never forget it. I decided in that moment that I was just going for it. There wasn't going to be anything that was going to stop me. I knew what it was going to take to do it, and I just went for it. So decide right now that 2017, you are going to be successful. There's no if, and, or reason why you can't be. It doesn't happen to just one person and not the next. So, but I want you to think of one thing though. Your success can be different than my success. So you have to define what your success looks like. So for me personally, my success was when I was able to come home from my full-time job, when I was able to come home and stay for Jax, right? And so making, and there was a few other things that fell into that. So define what your success is, right? So making $100 a week, that might be your success, right? Because that's going to compound into being able to going on family vacations or paying for extracurricular activities or paying the cell phone bill or the satellite bill, right? So define what your success is, because it's going to be different than every single coach out there. You want to focus on yours, okay? But you have to be the one that decides what your success is and that you are going to be successful. So number 2 is to know your why for this business. And we say that all the time, and we do. It constantly kind of flows back to this, but it's at the heart and the core of this business is to know your why. And so for me personally, my why has always been, well, it's kind of changed a little bit. It was to be able to come home with Jax. It was to be able to lead a healthy and fulfilling life for him. And now it's starting to change. So your why is going to change a little bit over time. But if you're not figuring out what your why is with this business, I would suggest that you start there, because you have to have something that's going to help motivate you through the ups and the downs of this business and the ebb and the flow, because we all know that happens. There's the seasons in this business, right? So you have January to March, which is kind of, we call it harvest season because it's super, super busy. Everybody's interested in joining and there's so many people to help. And then after March, it kind of dwindles off a little bit because we get close to summer. And then Summit comes and we come back from Summit and we're super fired up and we, balls to the wall. Things happen and then we hit fall, and fall's a little bit more of a struggle. And so we call those seasons, the slower seasons, planting seed seasons. Those are the seasons that you're just kind of planting seeds with people. And then comes harvest season again. But this happens year after year, and it's not glamorous. It's not sexy. It's just the flow of the business. And so one of the hard things in the beginning for me to understand was that this is the flow of the business, and that you just have to roll with the punches. And if you can, when you hear on the national wake up calls and you hear other coaches talk about how this business can be hard, it's hard because you have the different seasons. It's hard because you have to roll with the punches throughout the business. But when you can do that and you develop that mindset that this is no big deal, you're just rolling with the punches, you're going to be successful. You will be, hands down, guaranteed. So when you're setting your why and you're figuring out what your why is, I want you to try and focus on including it, focus it around your faith, your finances, and your family, because then you're going to have a well-rounded why, okay? So when your why starts to change, when mine started to change, I had to evolve it into something else. And because I had included my family in it, my faith, my fitness, it continues to evolve on its own. Whereas if you just have one goal and you accomplish that and you don't know where you're going next, you kind of hit a plateau. You kind of become stuck in your business a little bit, right? So figure out exactly what your why is, focus it around those 3 components, and it's going to help keep you moving forward. Number 3 is belief. Now you hear this one all the time too. This isn't new news, guys. But if you don't have belief in yourself and belief in your team, then you are going to stay stagnant, okay? That's where mindset is the key factor to this business. If you focus on your mindset and your personal development, it's going to pull you through so many hard times in this business, okay? And those victories that you have in this business, they're going to be incredible, celebrating them with your team. So getting to these events are super, super important, like Super Saturday. Who's going to Super Saturday this weekend? New coaches, you might not know about this yet, and that's okay, because you can go to the next one. But what's getting announced at this Super Saturday? Who's excited? The next Success Club trip, right? So they do a Success Club trip. Just here, I'm going to go off on a tangent a little bit. The next Success Club trip. So the next Success Club trip, which will be in 2018. So last year was the cruise, the Caribbean cruise. This April is Punta Cana, the Hard Rock Hotel and Resort, all inclusive, paid for. You just have to pay your flights to get there. That's it. And you get to bring your significant other or your family. And then this Saturday, they'll be announcing the next Success Club trip. So I'm super excited. I'm secretly hoping for Disney. That would be super awesome if it went there. So that's my hope. If not, if it stays true to kind of the cycle that they've done, it might be another cruise. But we'll see what they announce on Saturday. We'll find out this weekend. So yes, so I was saying events, super important to get there. And even if you don't know anybody in your area, I encourage you. I went to my first Super Saturday on my own, all by myself. I was like, okay, I see these Super Saturday events. I hear it's important to get to them. So I was like, all right, Toronto, it's the closest. I'm going to Toronto. And I've gone to every single one since. I don't think I've missed a Super Saturday since. So events like that, very, very, very important. Coach Summit. It just really helps you connect with other people and really help you connect with your team, and build the belief in this business. Like a lot of the mindset shift, like any of my team, that when I see them come to the events, like the light bulbs that go off, the stories that you hear, the people that you connect with, so incredibly important in growing as a person with your business and as a leader. So the other part of belief too is that, like I mentioned, the shakiness of the business, right? The shakiness of the business, when you have that belief and you go to these events, it kind of reinstills that belief inside of you, right? So if you're not going to Super Saturday, I highly recommend it. And if you can't go to this one, put it on your calendar for April, because that's when the next one will be, okay? So you have to build trust and belief with your followers and with yourself. And I get this question all the time. So how do you build trust and belief with your followers, right? Well, the number one answer to that is to be proof the product works. If you can be proof that the product works, you're going to build trust with your followers. The best thing that you can do, I mean, I know for myself, first thing I did was I did a program. I did 21 Day Fix, start to finish. When I finished that, I posted my results and people were interested. People were inquiring. People were curious about what I was doing, right? So we're kind of like the last, I don't want to say the last resort that people have, but a lot of the times people try everything to lose weight. And they see us going along, and then they usually come to us and they're kind of at their wits' end and they're looking for a little bit of hope. And we're the ones that can instill hope and belief in them, and they trust us with that. So if we aren't doing a program and being proof that the product works ourselves, then how can they trust us that we're going to help them change their lives, right? So when Core de Force came out, naturally, I was jumping on the bandwagon, right? Like, go with the season. Beachbody's got this brand new program out. You better believe the first thing I did was I did it. Even Country Heat, I was like, I'm not sure about this because I've got 2 left feet, but I'm going to give it a try. I gave it a good try, guys, for a week. I did. I posted videos to social media and everything. And then at the end of that week, I publicly came out and I'm like, I can't do this program. And I stated why. It's not that I just gave up on myself. It was because I was at a certain point in my fitness journey that I felt like Country Heat was kind of taking me backwards. It was a fun program, but I wanted to keep going forwards with my journey. And I felt like if I kept doing Country Heat, I was going to maybe lose a little bit of progress or where I was at. So, it wasn't that I was just giving up. I just shared that with my following, the reason I was stopping and what my plan was. So always be honest with your followers and truthful with them, because you're building the trust. You're building that following. And so if you aren't sharing with them that this stuff works, they're going to go find somebody else, right? So if you're kind of dabbling in it a little bit and you're like, I'm coaching, yeah. And then you stop posting to social media. You basically close your storefront when you stop posting to social media. They're going to go find somebody else. They'll find another coach that's posting all the time. They'll find another coach that they've built the trust with or the belief with. So this kind of coincides with deciding that 2017, you're going to be successful. And it just takes that you decide to do a program, commit to it, and share about it. There's three things that you have to do to build a successful business, guys. And it's just be proof the product works, talk to people and ask them to join you. That's it. If you can do that, you'll build a successful business. That's what it takes. When it comes down to the core fundamentals, it's really just talking to more people, sharing your journey, and being proof the product works. So there's going to be peaks and valleys. Peaks and valleys. I get so like, peaks and valleys along this journey, okay? But that's what your team is here for. Your team is here to support you. So tap into your team page. Post in there, ask questions, lift each other up. If you see another coach doing something, shout them out in the team page. I try to have eyes on all social media and shouting people out for different things, but it's impossible for me to focus on my business and running my business and doing everything that I need to do and do all of that. So that's where we come together as a community and we say, you know what? Look at this girl. Look what she did today. Look at Courtney. Look what she did today. Look at Shannon. Look at Angel, and just shout each other out and really, really support each other. Right? Also, use each other's ideas. Like if you're doing something and you come up with an idea for something, post it in the team page and say like, hey, I'm trying this wording. Angel's really, really great about that. I'm trying this today. Feel free to take my idea and implement it. So one really great video that actually most of you have probably seen it is Michael Phelps' video. Have you guys seen his Under Armour? It's like a 90-second video about his dedication to his training. So maybe afterwards go over to YouTube and just take a quick listen to it. But his dedication to his success explains why he's successful. So, in the front line, everybody just sees him come in and freaking take gold and he killed it, right? But behind the scenes, he wakes up every single day and he is training 3 times harder than every single other athlete. And they all thought he was crazy. They did. But in the end, he came out the winner. So it's all kind of what you do behind the scenes, your fitness journey, talking to more people, that sort of stuff is what's going to have you, it's going to have you have a successful 2017. So watch that video after. It's a really, really good video and really kind of brings all of that together. So the beautiful thing about this business, the beautiful thing is that we don't have to be like NBA all-stars, right? We don't have to have basketball skills for this business. We don't have to have soccer skills for this business. You can learn every single skill in this business. All it takes is for you to open a fitness program and do a fitness program, right? All it takes is just to learn how to talk to people a little bit. And you just need to tap into your team training because it's all there for you. Also, the one-on-one calls with upline coaches and different coaches, right? Like I know Angel's up for coaching calls. I'm up for coaching calls. My upline Danielle's up for coaching calls. If you're feeling a little bit stuck in your business, feel free to reach out because we're more than happy to chat to all of you and or have one-on-one calls with each one of you to figure out what tools or resources you might need in order to help you grow in your business. So the last thing I kind of want to touch on tonight is back to the goal setting, okay? So we have a tendency to focus on setting small goals. So I want you guys to think big this year, okay? Think big. Like what are the big goals that you want to achieve? We tend to focus on the minimum amount. So what's the minimum amount of time do I need to spend on my business to make Success Club 5? What's the minimum amount of time do I have to work out to get a sweat on? What's the minimum amount of nutrition do I have to incorporate into my diet to kind of see some results? You know what I mean? We kind of focus on the minimum all the time. But if you can make Success Club 5, there's no reason why you can't make Success Club 10. And if you can get one personally sponsored coach on your team, there's no reason why you can't get 5. You just need to do more of what you did to get that in the first place. It's literally, guys, I swear, I started out making Success Club 5 in the first year of my business. I woke up one day and I was like, I can do Success Club 10. This whole Success Club 5 and Success Club 10 legend business. So that means you're 24 months in making Success Club 5 or Success Club 10. At first, I was like, oh my gosh. Like I used to idolize people that were making that until one day I woke up last summer, 2 summers ago. And I was like, you know what? I'm going for it. I'm going to do it. And since then, every single month, it's a non-negotiable for me. I tell myself, it's mindset, guys. This business, I guarantee you it comes down to mindset. I tell myself every single day, literally in the shower, if you could listen to me while I'm in the shower, I stand there and I say, you are a successful coach. You will make Success Club 10 this month. And literally, guys, it changes your whole outlook on your business. So remember, the energy and the vibration that you put out, you'll attract. So keep that phrase in the back of your mind. I want you guys to focus on setting on your goals that you're going to celebrate January 2018. And I would love if you guys posted them in the team page just to really, because then we can all help each other be a little bit accountable to what our goals are. If you are a new coach, you don't have to worry about doing the goal setting just yet. We're going to get into that next week. But if you want to shoot for the stars and you want to go ahead and post some goals on the team page, you are more than welcome to. Does anybody have lower hand? Angel, how did you do that?
I clicked the button on my phone. I was just going to say, because Michelle and I leading our teams, because we both have pretty big organizations at this point, and so I know that both of us are stretched pretty thin most of the time, but absolutely what she said about the one-on-one calls, like we are totally willing to do that. Of course, as far as I'm concerned, I tell my coaches, if you're doing your activities, if I'm seeing you post on Facebook, if I know you're working out, if I know you're trying, if you're making an effort and you're having conversations with people, I am more than willing to get on a one-on-one call. Absolutely. And so when you brought up the goals thing, Michelle, every year I make a new vision board. Mm-hmm. So I got like this awesome idea. I think it'd be cool if we did we petition all of our teams to do their own vision boards, post our vision board in the team page, create an album for all of our 2017 in each of our team pages, create an album for all of our vision boards. That way they can all be there. And then for any coach who participates and does a vision board and post in the team page, we can have a special vision board call with only those coaches. What do you think?
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, because I'm constantly trying to like my vision board on my computer. It was my screensaver on my other computer. I got a new computer and I don't know how to set the screensaver on this computer. But yeah, like it's housed right there. We can celebrate things as people are achieving them too.
Right. And that's total accountability. So like whenever you put your vision board out there for a team of coaches and we have like our own album, it's easy to go back to. It's easy for me, like my Michelle Bishop, if she posted her vision board and I see, you know, she wanted to complete, I don't know, 5 fitness programs, right? Like that's easy for me to go and look at. And in a couple of months, I'm like, hey, Michelle, how you doing on that goal? Where are you at, right? Like that is so much accountability. So, yeah, let's do it now. So right now I'm challenging all of you guys. Michelle and I are challenging you guys. Create your vision board. And actually, I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but Lindsay Matway kind of had a post go viral on her Facebook page. It wasn't a sponsored ad, but it popped up in my newsfeed because it's like going nuts. She ended up, you just go to Lindsay Matway's like page and you'll see the post about it. She was doing a free 5-day course for vision board trainings, and she ended up with 3,600 coaches who commented on there. And obviously she was trying to start a new free group to get herself more clients and customers, but she ended up with 3,600 coaches. And so she decided not only to do her 5-day group for her potential new clients and customers, but she's also going to do a Beachbody, a coach-oriented 5-day free vision board training group. And I just requested to join the group earlier. If you just go to her page, she posted the link to join that group in the comments on that post. So go to Lindsay Matway's Facebook page and go down in the comments on that post, and you'll find the link for Beachbody coaches and join the group. Right? That's like the perfect timing for all of this. Like we can just do her 5-day group, whatever she's got. And I know that it's going to be crazy. It's Lindsay Matway, for God's sakes. Like it's going to be a ridiculous vision board, I'm sure. So I'm excited by it, you know, and then we can all like kind of turn this into like a team building activity.
Yeah, I love it. What do you guys think about that? Good?
Everybody in? Thumbs up? Y'all down? What?
In? All right. And I know, Angel, we'll just, we're down to the last 8 minutes. Does anybody have any questions first before I announce anything else?
Was that me?
I think that was Ayla. I think she maybe.
Yeah. Awesome call, Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was great content. I loved it. It was great.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Well, my internet connection is unstable. There we go. Okay. So last thing I'll leave you with here is Angel and I have touched base about chatting about a diamond retreat. So that's going to be coming up in the works for our teams too. So stay tuned for some information on that. And we'll leave it with that for tonight. So thank you to everybody for hopping on. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to message either one of us. And we're going to look forward to, I'm going to join that Lindsay Matway's vision board. And then I'll look forward to everybody's vision boards being added to our team pages. How does that sound? Good?
Awesome. And Super Saturday this weekend, y'all. Be there or be square. I'm telling you, if you're serious about your business, you will find a way. You got to get to Super Saturday.
We have Suggy coming to ours this weekend. I'm so excited. So excited.
We have Carl Beichler at ours.
Oh, wow.
Siggy's going to be in Ottawa on Sunday.
Siggy's in Ottawa on Sunday too. So you probably have Rosa Friesen going to Ottawa on Sunday too. Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
So good. I'm so excited.
Is Chris going to Super Saturday?
Yeah. Well, it's Siggy. What do you think?
That's why I asked. I knew it.
Of course. Coming. I'm like, you're raining on my parade. Like, this is supposed to be like.
That's funny.
He's coming to hang out with the chicks. So, all right, ladies. Well, you guys have a good night. And thank you so much for hopping on. We'll see you all next Tuesday, same time, same place.